Good morning, all. Welcome to the subject building materials, planning and drawing. In that BPD subject, we are going to discuss about stages of planning today. So we'll see what is the stages of planning, everything in detail. See here, what is the stages of planning? The best way to avoid issues in the later stage of the construction work is to lay the groundwork during the initiating and planning portions of the project. Okay, first one is the initiating and construction of the project, planning a construction project, executing the construction project, measuring progress and completing the contract project, construction project. Okay, we'll see now what is the scheduling here. The scheduling is in a construction is a crucial process that involves planning and organization various tasks and activities to ensure that a construction project is completed on time. Okay, so the project planning, what is the project planning here? See here, define the project scope first. So you have to define the scope clearly before starting of any project. Okay, the scope is a crucial step in the planning. Okay, clearly outline the scope of the work including the all the tasks and activities that needs to be completed. You have to give all the scope of the work including the all the tasks and activities need to be completed in the scope. Okay, identifying the deliverables. So break down the project into the specific deliverables and milestones. For example, we are constructing a building here, so we have to give the, for example, we are going to construct a G+1 structure. Okay, that G+11 structure. Okay, so first of all we have to divide into two parts, substructure and superstructure. Okay, in the substructure also we have to give the scheduling into breaks. Okay, first of all we have to go with the PCC, plain cement concreting. After that you have to lay the footing. For each footing will be isolated footing or deep foundation, maybe pile foundation, mat foundation. Okay, depends upon that you have to break a schedule into different parts. Okay, work breakdown structure. So WBS is nothing but a work breakdown structure. Develop a WBS to the decompose the project into the smaller and manageable components. So what is the manageable component that has to be managed? For example, same in the previous example, so individually we have to lay the 100, assume this is 100 piles are there. So 100 piles will be there, we have to group into the 10 piles or 15 piles into the one group, that has to be one breakdown. Okay, next will be the, we have to connect with the pile cap. Okay, that also will be the second your breakdown. Third breakdown will be you have to connect a connecting wall. That means a deep wall will be there, the deep wall will be connecting all the piles together. So like that you have to break your work into the smaller pieces that should be manageable and should be completed on time. Then only the scheduling and planning will be executed properly in the site. Second step is the task identification and sequencing. So for example, first task we have to identify, this task has to be completed. After completion of this task you have to go with the sequence only. So same, for example, after laying of your plain cement concrete you have to lay the pile. Okay, after pile cap will be there, after pile cap will connecting will be the grade beam, that means plinth beams will be there, that has to be follow the sequence only. So to follow the sequence you have to list out the activities first, then only you have to follow the sequence. List out the activities, identifying all the activities required to complete the project, and sequence of the activities you have to note down. Okay, determine the order in the which activities need to be performed. Some task may be dependent on other, must be follow a surface specific sequence. So for example, you have to follow the, for example, if you complete this task only, next task will be there. That means prerequisites will be there for all each task. Okay, first of all you have to complete the prerequisite, then only you have to go with the main task. Okay, so next is the resources allocation. So for each task we have to allocate the resources, maybe labor, maybe material, maybe equipment. You have to be allowed the resources. So identifying the resources, first of all determine the all the types and quantities of resources, maybe number of labor, quantity of equipment and material need to be each activity. So resources leveling, so allocate resources efficiently to avoid overloading or under utilizing them during the specific project. Okay, specific project phase. So next will be the duration estimation. So how much time required to complete this breakdown, so how much time required to complete this schedule. Okay, like that we have to go with the estimation before. So activity duration, determine the time required to complete each activity, consider dependencies, factors in the any dependence or consideration that may be affect activity duration. Okay, so prerequisites you need to fulfill, and also you have to identify the where we have to delay, where we are going to make where we are going to making a delay. That also we have to go for identify the delay, and you have to go for the separate schedule for the delaying. So you have to crucially monitoring that delay. Okay, next is the network diagram. So first we created everything, right? So we have to create the network diagram for the all the tasks. Okay, so don't miss any task. Critical path method, that CPM will be there. Create a network diagram to identify the critical path, the sequence of the task that determines the project overall duration. So in the critical path, that means CPM diagram will gives the different ideas for the durations, everything. Okay, next Gantt charts will be there. The charts also we have to develop for the scheduling. Create Gantt charts represents the project schedule visually using the Gantt charts, which shows the start and finish date of the each task. So for example, the scheduling is there, the first breakdown is there, first plain cement concreting is there, when we are starting, that has to be mentioned here. When you are going to end, so what is the in between, what we are going to do, that will be given here. So risk management, what is the risk management will be there. So identify the risk first of all, anticipate the potential risk that could impact the scheduling. Okay, develop the mitigation plans. So what are the risk is there, for the risk we have to prepare the plan before itself. Okay, for example, this task may be having some risk, so that for that risk we have identified already. So for that, what is the overcome, so we have to develop the mitigation plan for this. So develop the mitigation plans, have strategies in the place of addresses the and mitigate the risk to the prevent scheduled delays. Okay, so we have to go over the schedule for the delaying. Also monitoring and control, so regular updates we have to consider, progress tracking we have to consider, adjustment we have to consider. Okay, so the regular updates continuously update the schedule based on the actual process. So what is the progress is there, what is the actual progress is there, what is the site progress is there, we have to compare both, and what is the regular update to the site project engineer or maybe client. Okay, progress tracking, so monitor the completion of the task and compare it with the planned schedule. So what is the planned and what is the completed, that you have to compare. Adjustments, make adjustment to the schedule as needed to address the issues or changes. Maybe there is a delay in the work, so you have to go with the adjustments. Okay, so that will be there in the monitoring and controlling progress. And communication, the stakeholder communication will be very important. Okay, keep stakeholder information about the project schedule and any changes. Okay, so we have any collaborations we want, we have to do the collaborations also. Foster collaboration among the project team members to ensure the everyone should be aligned with the schedule. Okay, that should be collaborated within the employees. Okay, or team members. What are the software tools? Software tools is there to go with the scheduling. Okay, for example, see here the project management software utilize the specified project management tools to assist in the scheduling, such as the Microsoft project, Primavera, that means P6, or other any software which is available that you have to use for the scheduling and planning. Okay, effective scheduling in the construction requires the combination of careful planning, accurate estimation, and proactive management to ensure successful project completion within the defined timelines. So these are what are the different software tools are available, or which is available with you. At least you have to use that one to make the planning and scheduling of the project. So if you are using all these things in the all these task scheduling, so if you fulfilling all these things, the structure will be complete within the time, and it will get the good quality. Okay, so all will be your scheduling of your project. So that's all for today. Thank you.